People that knew me really well, for instance, a mate that I was living with at the time, he said too later on, he said, Gerard, you were actually quite out of control at the time.
Yep.
The drinking was so much and the drugs, and he said as soon as you came back, because I lived with him afterwards, he said there was a big change in you, and it still took another few years, you know, to really calm down.
Yep.
But I was on that path.
Yeah. Righto, folks, welcome back to another Sauna Sessions with Shea. In the barrel sauna today, we've got Gerard Scholten. How are you, Gerard?
I'm really great. Thank you very much.
Mate, thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate the invite.
I better tell the punters at home a little bit about you. We actually met in a sauna at the gym about a couple of weeks back, and then we just got on the same sauna time clock, didn't we?
Yeah.
We ended up in the same sauna at the same time for a couple of days in a row.
Just missed you today, didn't I?
I missed you, but by about 20 minutes. I had it nice and hot for you, though.
Good on you. Oh, that's why. Yeah.
But it was just within the first 5 minutes of meeting you in the sauna, I thought, I got to have this guy on the podcast because he's got, you've got the amazing story.
Really
it's been an amazing
that,
journey, and just the person you are, mate. I can tell that you got a lot of love in your heart, and you're just a genuinely decent person. So
thank you very much. Appreciate that.
I appreciate your time to come on, mate, for a chat. We've done the 3 rounds of breathing, and then we didn't do the ice bath, but we jumped in the pool, which is 15 degrees. It was still pretty bloody cool, wasn't it?
Pretty cool, mate. Yeah, I won't lie. Yeah, and to be quite honest, I'm not really sorry about that ice bath not working at the moment. I know, mate, I'm a softie, but you know what?
But don't worry, you're just around the corner, so when we get back up and running,
we'll
get you to the 3 degrees.
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah, for sure. Now, mate, if you want to do the honorary ladling to get us off and running, I've got 5 little questions just to get the brain ticking over.
Yep,
So
cool.
Question number 1, Gerard, is black jelly beans, yes or no?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Why not? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
No, never.
Okay. Don't like hot pineapple?
No.
All right. What's your pineapple? Oh, sorry. What's your pizza of choice?
Piece of pepperoni, brother.
Pepperoni. Okay. Stay away from the hot pineapple. So people love it or they hate it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with pizza, you know. Like, I don't have a lot of pizzas, but when I do, it's always pepperoni.
Pepperoni. Okay. Bit of cheese.
Yeah.
Happy days. Nice and thin crust. Yeah. Are you a fan of the courtesy wave when someone lets you in traffic?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you give a courtesy wave?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. I'm big on the courtesy wave. I love
me
it.
too.
Yeah. If someone lets me in emerging or something,
absolutely.
Always put the window down, hand out the window. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Good on you. I don't know if I feel like it's an art that's dying though.
Yeah. You know, I don't know.
It's one of those things that just
it doesn't bother me if they don't do it, but you know what it used to annoy me a lot. Like, you know how on the highway they let you in and all that, you know, and on the lane, and they just don't do it on normal streets often?
No,
I was like, it should be a little bit more flow, you know what I mean? But I
think people are just on their phones, mate. That's why they can't.
that might be the Dutchman in me coming out. I'm very opinionated.
Mate, reversing into a car park or fronting into a car park?
I like reversing so I can get out easy, you know?
Yeah, see, I'm the same, but I'm also I can't bloody see.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm straight.
Yeah.
And I know I've got the lines and the reverse camera to get me in straight, but I'm also a big fan of just getting the fuck out of there as quickly as possible.
You know? Yeah. You know where you got those roads where you park with the car and you have to go with the nose in? You're not allowed to?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I'm never straight. Yeah. Now, let's say you're in your car parking, mate, in reverse. Are you listening to music, radio, podcasts, or audiobooks?
It's in stages. Right now, a lot of music at the moment.
Yep.
And then I'll go into my podcast month and then audiobooks. It's been a while, but a lot of audiobooks, you know.
What do you listen to audiobook-wise?
Think and Grow Rich.
Yep.
The Untethered Soul.
Yeah.
Thinking Big. That was my stage when I was going to be like a multi-millionaire and all that. That hasn't happened yet.
But it's a lot of self-help, self-improvement books.
Self-help, self-improvement, anything that's, someone's talking about their life or whatever, something real, a lot of spiritual type stuff, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, mate. Yeah. What about music? What sort of music do you?
Basically anything, you know. Like I'm 47 now, so I can put on Iron Maiden one day, and I can listen to Pavarotti the other day, you know.
Holy shit! So it's eclectic. There's a mix. Yeah.
I grew up in the rave area in Holland, you know, like a lot of doof, but now
glow sticks and eckies and
But I'll listen to deep house, chill house, and stuff like that. Not the real hardcore stuff. You know?
No,
something relaxed.
It's funny how that sort of at the older you get, the more you still kind of listen to it, but in a more subdued sort of
more
calming,
nice, relaxed way. Background music.
The bass beat is just softened a little bit. It's not as doof.
That's
But I still love a good doof, mate. You know.
But there's got to be those little happy voices in it. You know how they put like 80 tracks in it and stuff. You know, just to make you feel good.
I find it's like, you know,
I get flashbacks otherwise.
Talk about flashbacks, man. I've just been listening to New Kids on the Block. Like, don't ask me why, but it's like because I just remember the 80s dancing, and for some reason I put some YouTube clips on, and I still remember the words.
Oh, I remember, I remember when all that hip hop stuff came out and all that, you know, and me and my little mates were about 14 years old, I think, and we put our little collar shirts on, and you know, we're drinking for the first time, you know, and you do your little hip hop moves, you know, and I was like, oh, fuck, I was fucking hopeless.
Were you a break dancer?
No, not really. I tried.
I'd like to be able to, because I remember I used to go to this guy's place and I used to try the windmill all the time. You know, it's like, I'm 6 foot fucking like it's not easy, but it's like generating that power to get flip the legs around like an egg beater, not easy. You know
what the good thing about me is that I don't drink too much anymore. Is you know, I don't try to do the robot and all that sort of and the clock.
Well, that's all part of the fun on the dance floor, mate. Is and you know, a few of these boys at home know about it too. Is we used to get on the dance floor and you'd touch someone, and that was their starting point to do the robot. You know, and it was just like if someone touched you there, it's like wherever you were, you had to start dancing.
I actually have an ex that she recorded about half an hour worth of me trying to do Michael Jackson when I was totally off my face, and she used to say to me, you know, I'm going to put that on YouTube if you ever really piss me off.
She's your ex now, is that right?
Well, I did piss her off, so, you know, she hasn't put it out yet, so that's good.
That's right. And mate, talking about the big thing that you were saying in the sauna that really caught my attention is you said you used to drink a carton of piss a day?
Yeah, basically, Yep. Sometimes even more.
And then, so that was daily?
Daily.
And
then 7 days a week.
And then, and what brought about change? Why did you say to yourself, "This is not working for me. It's not serving me. I'm going to try something else"?
Well, you know, listen. I was mainly a beer drinker. That's one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's any better or worse, but it felt to me like because I wasn't like dumping a bottle of Jack Daniels every night or whatever. Just I think beer, at least for me personally, my body seems to handle a little bit better.
Yeah.
Always considered myself quite a happy, a bit of a happy sort of drunk. I for many years, I had no problem with it because I always wake up for work, always been a very hard worker. No problem. 4 a.m. in the morning, even if I've dumped my cart in the last night before, not a problem, all that. But I started to notice a lot of drinking buddies, they're a lot older than me at the time and all that. They're going pretty downhill, Their quality of life wasn't real good. And I'm not saying everyone's like that, and I'm not saying that it's bad to have a drink. It's not a problem. Pretty much everyone I know drinks.
Yep.
I just don't think that, people like my family and some friends, they don't realise how much I actually drank. And I was just like clocking them down like nothing, know. And
so what time is it? So you're a renderer?
Yeah, I'm a renderer.
So you finish at what, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock?
Well, that's the thing, for years and years I had a lot of local work.
Yep.
So I finish at about 2:30, sometimes 3 o'clock. Yep. And then I start drinking while I'm cooking my food and all that, and the bottles aren't that big. No, I'm just bragging.
But there's something about actually cooking and having a wine or a beer.
I love it, yeah. And some people say to me too these days, they're like, "Oh, don't you like drinking anymore?" It's like, mate, I love it, But it's just, I've noticed once you get off it for a really long time, you realise it's the little things, mate. Waking up in the morning, at work, your mood.
You're not short.
You know what I mean? At the time, I didn't realise it while I was drinking because, there weren't any major problems or anything.
Well, you got the blinkers on. Yeah. You're in the zone, aren't you? I
don't consider myself like a full-blown alcoholic or anything, but, I could say no if I really had to the odd week. Yeah, it was just like every single day at the end was a full carton. And then I sort of try to cut myself off at half a carton a day. And if you go a little bit over, then you're like, sort of messes your system up. So
yeah. Not only that, your bloody back pocket must have been copping it as well. You spending a few bucks.
Yeah, but the funny thing is I don't really notice a difference at the moment because the bills still keep coming in. But it's definitely, I think, even though I don't like to admit it, I think in the long run, I'm a little bit better with people.
Yeah,
you know. I'd like to think at least.
So you started exploring other things. You went to bloody Peru.
Yeah.
You tried some ayahuasca.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What made you start stemming out and trying other things?
Going to Peru, that I was thinking about that for probably about 3 or 4 year period. Before I I experimented a little bit with psychedelics and this and that. But these plants, I kept hearing stories about it, how people, that were drug addicts use it to get off it or this and that or whatever, or old, childhood traumas, stuff like that. And at first it was curiosity. And then I thought by myself, well, this drinking is getting a little bit out of control. And I wasn't shy of taking a little bit of drugs now and then too and all that, and all that sort of stuff. And I knew that I was getting on, so I was like, I can't be doing this forever, not at this pace. So my intention to go to Peru and take the ayahuasca was to give myself a good kick in the ass. And
so that was the catalyst, that was the changing point where you said, all right, I can't drink a carton of piss every night. Exactly. I'm going to go to Peru, try some ayahuasca and see what happens.
Well, and everyone's probably got something. I'm not saying that it's just Peru that did it. But people that only see me every now and then, they don't see any changes or anything. You're still the same bloke. But people that knew me really well, for instance, a mate that I was living with at the time, he said too later on, he said, Gerard, you were actually quite out of control at the time. The drinking was so much and the drugs. And he said, as soon as you came back, because I lived with him afterwards, he said there was a big change in you. And it still took another few years, to really calm down. But I was on that path. So,
okay.
And
well, that was the other thing, mate, is you started, so now you're saunering, 4 or 5 times a week?
Regular choir boy, minerals and
well, it's like, it bloody got me onto these supplements and I thought, oh shit, I better, and that's the thing is I love trying,
trying different things.
Different multivitamins and just seeing what works for me.
And there's so many fake ones out there, you don't know what to trust, do you?
Well, it's educating yourself on, what the good shit that should be in there. But it's also, everyone's a different makeup. So just try something and it's like, and I literally put it down. That's why I started saunering bloody 25, 30 years ago because I have a sauna.
Oh, you've been doing it that long, have you?
Yeah, a long time.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, I was the only one in a sauna
for
decades.
Yeah, good on you.
And now everyone's starting to realise the health benefits. I didn't know the science behind it. I just knew I felt good doing it.
That's it.
So that's why I kept doing it.
That's what it's all about. Just use your intuition, mate. Whatever works for you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, so that was, so you started getting into weight training. You joined a gym.
Again, off and on with that sort of stuff. Now, for the last, I just moved up to the Sunshine Coast here, and for the last, 15 years or so, I've been on the Gold Coast, probably longer. 20 years probably. Basically, I did the ayahuasca, I think, in 2008. Might have been 17 or 18, something like that.
Yeah, right.
And then about 2020...
about COVID time? It was just before COVID?
It was just before, I think. And I had a birthday of a mate, and I was so fucking hungover, For days I was feeling shitty, and then something just clicked. Something just clicked. I'm like, wait a minute. I was out in the jungle there drinking this freaking drink saying I'm getting off the piss and I haven't done it yet. It's about time I start really going cold turkey.
Yeah, right.
And because I was doing the odd 6-pack, but it doesn't work. You got a 6-pack, you want a carton. And you know what I mean. And then I just went cold turkey for a year. A whole year. In that time I did start going to the gym and this and that, but then you get busy with work again. And I got slack again. Right now I'm up here. I'm at the moment just doing some easy weeks. So I'm starting to go to the gym again, and that's how I met you, obviously, at the sauna there. All that stuff that I was supposed to do, I sort of quit with it, a lot of it. But the one thing that, at least personally for my personal choice that I did right is the drinking.
Yeah.
Drinking. So I mean, I'll still have maybe 2 or 3 beers with my old man every now and then. But I can have, say, 1 beer and then not do it for a few weeks. Yeah. And I never was able to do that.
Well, I don't know, but the big one for me is sleep. Like I know if I have had 2 drinks, I'm up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's the body trying to get the toxins out of.
You've got to go to the toilet every freaking.
It's just great. Yeah. So, and I just value my sleep these days more than anything else. So, yeah, but it's not done. When you start to, the older you get, you start to understand how your body works better and you understand patterns too. Yeah. So, to have a drink or two, how it affects you in the long, and I think the beer and wine companies are doing us favors these days by putting so much shit and preservatives in it. Yeah. So you get a chalky tongue, or you start sneezing because there's something in it that just is, they're trying to preserve it as long as possible. So it's, if anything, they're helping us get off it in some way. Yeah.
Well, I by all means, I don't want to say that drinking is overly bad, like that. Just because I'm doing it, other people need to do it. No, I'm not trying to preach or anything.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. I just know for myself personally. You do miss those little parties and those get-togethers and all that, but it's just the life in general, every single day. I'd rather, let's, so you're having a really good time every now and then, and you're up here like that.
Yep.
But then for 2 or 3 days, you're sort of on the lower end,
Yeah.
Now I'm sort of always a little bit above the middle all the times.
Yeah.
I'm always pretty good.
Yeah.
There's never no change.
Well, that was always the thing when you're drinking or on drugs. It's like whatever goes up must come down.
That's it, mate.
So, you can't stay up on cloud 9 forever.
Oh, a lot of mates of mine, they just have a 6-pack in the night, or whatever, and that's fine, but I'm just the type of guy, if I have 6, I want 20.
Nice, mate. And look, you said that you're up here and you help, like you're looking after your mum and helping out there, and that's... And that's giving you a bit of time off as well.
Oh, mate, it's great. Like, listen, my mum's, she's for the last 5 years been struggling. She's had some operations, tumours in the brain and stuff like that. And my old man is the one that's really taken care of her.
Yep.
But, I was just, I was doing 5, 6 days a week, long days on the Gold Coast, working for myself as a renderer. And I was like, after all, why am I doing this, man?
Yeah.
I've got to go up there and spend some time with her. So my sister's nice enough to take me in for a little bit. She's got a little granny flat.
Yeah.
So just temporarily, I'm not going to be there forever. But just living with her right now, and surprisingly, she's really good to live with. They've been so welcoming. Her kids, her husband, great. They're so easy,
Oh, that's awesome, mate. Yeah.
And they're only 15 minutes down the road. So every day, if I'm working, I go see mum after work.
Yeah.
I've been having a few days off here and there. So, I take her out in the wheelchair. We go out for a coffee. And
nice, mate.
It's great, mate,
There is, like I'm in a very similar position to yourself,
yes.
And I've realised that there's only so many. You can count on your left hand how many times you've got left with your parents.
Yeah.
And I've got to the point where I love my parents to death, and they've instilled so many great qualities, and and they did the best they could, with what they had at the time. Yeah. And but. I realised just that, like, I don't know, if we talk about the news and stuff like that, you don't have to you don't have to engage.
Yeah.
But all I say to myself is, like, I always give them a big hug. I always say I love you.
Yeah.
And whatever we talk about, I keep it quite light.
Good on you, mate.
Yeah. But the thing is, for me, is these people that brought me into this planet and shaped me into the person that I am.
Exactly.
I love them dearly, and and I think the same is back your way as well.
Absolutely, we're we're the type of family that there's not a whole lot of I love yous and all that.
No,
and there's not a lot of hugging.
Yep.
But they'll do anything for you.
You'll respect each other.
My sister too, she's very direct, because we are Dutch descendants, and me and my sister lived over there for about 17 years.
Yeah.
So Dutch people are very direct. So they're very direct in what they're thinking.
Yep.
They say what they want to say. But when it comes, for me, it's all about action. When I need my sister, when I need my mum and dad, whatever, they're always there for you.
Yeah,
that counts for a lot.
That's a good feeling, isn't it? Yeah. So it's just the 2 siblings?
Just me and my sister.
That's
right. Yeah,
okay.
She's got 4 kids.
And I imagine you get on with all them really well as well.
Oh yeah, well, I like to think so.
Yeah. It's not about being the uncle though.
Yeah.
Because when my first niece came along.
Yeah.
it was the first time that I loved something more than I loved myself.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to care for her, and I like, holy shit, there's this living thing, that I'm holding. And it was just such a massive change for me to know that that these little bundles of joy, and they've all got different personalities and different characteristics, but I still feel very blessed that I've got 9 of them. They've all got bloody
you don't have any kids, do you?
No kids. But I love all these kids to bits, and
good on you.
If anything,
mate, we got the good end of the deal, mate. Like people always say, have a good time with the kids, and here you go, you can take them back, see you later.
I like to watch the kids' movies too, mate. I just look like a bloody weirdo if I go by myself. So I'm like, I send the shout out to the 10-year-olds. It's like, who wants to come watch Shrek or whatever, Yeah, because Uncle Shea, if he's in there by himself, looks like a bloody weirdo, so we can't have that going on. So, but I tend to use the kids for going to watch Mary Poppins, the theatre, whatever's going on. And I get more out of it than them.
Awesome, and I like the fact that you admit that, Good on you, mate.
It's one of those things, mate. But I love being they also remind me to be a kid at heart. That there's always use your imagination. Like everything's bloody Disney, and it's and because they're always coming up with cool stories and film ideas and all that. And it just reminds me just to always stay young. It's very easy, I think, as an adult to get serious and get into that 9 to 5, and it's like you become very regimented,
and that's fine, nothing wrong with that. But you got to have a bit of life too, though.
Oh, mate, I think life's so short. Bloody put a smile on your face and enjoy it. And I think you're the same. I can see the character in you. I love taking the piss, having a bit of fun. And it's got to be all done in a fun way.
This is the thing, like the older that you get, the more that I'm like, people get upset about the silliest things, don't they?
They can.
Like they say a word to you, and then you're going to get upset because it's like they're not shooting you with you're not getting a bullet in the brain or anything. They're just calling your name, It's just words,
I've never quite understood that, like the fat mum jokes. It's like, I don't know anyone that can take offence. Like they're just words.
Listen, I fall for it sometimes. So every now and then I'm like, what? You say what? But then like a second later, I got to pull myself right, and I'm like, what are you doing, mate? What are you getting upset about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, mate, we were talking before about focus.
Yeah.
And how you said you find it very hard to bring it in.
Yeah.
How do you find your brain works? Do you find like it's all like so? How did you find the experience after you did the breath work today?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was a lot calmer, no doubt about that.
Yep.
And I had that with the saunas, by the way, too.
Yeah.
After the sauna, I'm very relaxed.
Yep.
I think I'm getting better. My attention span was always quite short, and from what I hear, you might be said that you might have a little bit of ADD, ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah. People said that to me too, but. It's never really, I haven't I don't know who, but I've been told many times that some ADHD people were some of the most brilliant minds in history. So I don't know if that's true or not. But
no, it is true.
Yeah, cool. So, I don't take note of these labels too much, but at the same token, sometimes you do have to listen to people if you're a bit all over the place. And I've been told that I'm not always a very good listener, and I like to think since the drinking is less that I'm a little bit better. Still getting there, But,
Well, that's what we were talking before about just that awareness and understanding what works for you and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And I know, because right now I'm getting into the sauna business.
Yeah.
And it's I feel like I'm 3 or 4 weeks behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
And I know that's from distractions.
Yeah.
But it's also understanding this, you got to set little rules for yourself.
Yeah.
You can't be working with your bloody phone beside you. It's just that's a no. It. So there is things that you start to work out later in life, because you said you're 47.
47.
So I'm 46.
Yeah. Okay.
So you start...
you're doing all right.
Oh, thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah. But so are you. Yeah.
Oh, cheers, mate. A couple more greys than you, That's all right,
But it's starting to work out how your brain works.
Yeah.
Whether I have ADHD or not, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. It's like, how can I manage what's going on? But as you said, it's a superpower in some way. So I've heard it explained a couple of ways. It's like a Ferrari having training wheels on.
Yeah,
and no brakes.
That's it.
Right. And so it's like, okay, how do you get the best performance out of the Ferrari and get rid of the training wheels? Yeah. So it's understanding yourself and how you work and finding little, tricks of the trade to sort it out so you can get in that state. And that's why I started that's why I sauna. I feel quite relaxed and chilled. Meditation, breath work, ice baths. So all these things have really helped me slow it down. But not that I want to slow it down all the time either too, because I'd imagine as a renderer,
it might actually contribute to one of your talents,
For sure.
But no,
I'd imagine you on a site, when you're in a state of flow, you're 20 steps ahead of what's going on, and it's a position of power.
Oh yeah.
And you already know what the other renderer is doing. You know what the chippy's doing. You can see things before they actually happen, and it's a pretty cool state to be in, isn't it?
I've been doing that job for so long, Shea. I've done some other things. Done a bit of fly in, fly out, but the rendering I've been doing for close to 25 years now. In Holland, it's a bit different. You're more like a plasterer.
Okay,
it's like all in one, rendering and plastering, but it's mainly inside plastering. But now it's basically just all repetition, really.
Is it? Yeah.
It's
so
just
there's some artistry to it.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But you just do it all automatically,
Yeah.
And you do have to think about things. If you're taking on a big job, say a 3-4 story walk up or whatever, and you got a few guys working for you, you need a good system.
Yeah, for
Otherwise,
sure.
you just won't make money. But besides that, the work itself, I do enjoy it. Is it like my life's passion to be a renderer? Probably not. But at the same token, right now that I've got a little bit of breathing space, I've got a few days off here and there because I feel like I'm going into my third life right now.
Yeah.
So
what's pushing your buttons, mate?
Well, right now at the moment, some might say that I'm lost, but I don't think I'm lost. I just got the time to think about what I really want to do in my life because I can't be rendering forever.
No.
I'm 47 now, and I can probably do it for another 10 years. But the old body is, it's not going to be.
You're a realist as well. You can't render until you're bloody 90.
That's it.
The body won't deal with it.
But I will say one thing. The one good thing about, anything in the building trade here on the Sunshine Coast or the Gold Coast is whenever you're out of work, mate, there's work.
There's plenty.
It's like, honest, I couldn't believe it. As soon as I moved up here, I'd renderers from the Gold Coast sending me numbers of renderers here.
Yeah, right.
You only have to make a phone call and you're on the job. So in that case, it's a really good backup.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you find? Because this has been the $1 million question, I think, for everyone is, how do I find my passion? And what am I good at? And
that's it.
I think a big part of it is just listening to the things that you're attracted to as opposed to the things that you're pumping the brakes to. And those the little things that excite you when you have a conversation with someone, as opposed to if I'm talking about, I don't know, bloody accounting or something, it's probably not, it's
so boring, isn't it?
Well, it can be, but it's like, I try and make it as fun as I can, but it's not my thing. It's just knowing what your thing is.
I think you and me are alike like that. Definitely distracted with that sort of stuff.
But I love having a chat with people in saunas, and I don't know, and that literally came from exactly what happened to us when we first met 2 weeks ago. So I was sitting in a sauna, and I love having a chat. And I've always been that kind of guy, and I get juiced off other people.
Good on you.
And I love hearing people's stories. But that was like, oh, hang on, I kind of enjoy this. And so now I've been doing it for a couple of years, and I really enjoy it. And I love hearing your story, and I love hearing everyone's story. I think everyone's got a great story to tell.
I can see that,
But that was something that I started to pluck at, and I was curious about. So, but you got to try things, haven't you? You got to get out there and just give things a crack.
Do you think you're going to do this, for several years to come?
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
How long have you been doing it now?
I think about 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. But from that, it was like, okay, well, I can see that there's a massive push for people wanting saunas in their house. So that was what made me go over to China and check out the industry over there. And just see what's going on. And but all I know is, like, this thing paid for itself. I think I told you in the first 4 to 6 weeks, because my wife and
it's got a cozy little thing too, isn't it?
It's a little nook, mate. Yeah, and like and even like we'll come out sometimes when it's raining, when it's pissing down, you can look through the glass, and you feel like this security.
I already know. I'm pretty much 99% confident, because obviously I'm not going to be living with my sister forever. When I move into my own place, again, a sauna's on the card. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, mate, this was about 10. This was about 10 grand with hard wiring and all that sort of shit. But it paid for itself pretty quickly, and it literally just those conversations that you have with your there's we never let electronics in here except for the bloody microphones and the camera but no phones, no iPads, no nothing. And so it's literally that time and that connection with the human being, and you're literally sitting across from someone, so it's pretty hard to not strike up a conversation when you're pissing out sweat as well.
People are losing that, because I mean, everyone says it, but I'm guilty of it too, out in public, constantly on your phone, and it's not a whole lot of connection going on anymore, is it?
No, and I 100% agree, and I think that's a big part of it. For me and look, you can just keep doing that. And it's easy to fall into just fucking scrolling. Right, but I think there's something to be said about there are pockets of people that leave their phones at home and they go out and they have dinner. So it's also the people that you surround yourself with. I think, but you can find people that aren't always on their phone. And the things that I used to think about phones like 5 years ago that were rude are just now what we do. It's just every day.
Isn't it funny how wherever you are, you seem to always bump in the same sort of people that have the same ideas and into the same things. I had the same with you. I knew straight away that I could probably tell you anything. Some of the stuff, the spiritual stuff that I like to do and all that, it's when you talk about it to some people, which I totally understand, it sounds to them like you're just another one of them new age sort of people trying to lecture them or whatever,
Going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm a bit careful with that. But with you on I could talk about that stuff straight away, you know? So,
I appreciate that, mate.
And I seem to bump into the same sort of like-minded people everywhere.
But do you think that's by chance?
Or do you think I personally don't think so, no.
Or do you think it's the person that you've turned into and the person you've evolved into?
I don't know, mate,
Well, I don't have money on it. It's that. It's the latter.
Yeah, cool.
Because you're, to me, you're open to trying new things, new modalities, new systems, new things to help youth. I
try not to get upset. Like I had a fair while in my life where I was like real into my conspiracies and all that. Funny enough, a lot of them actually came true. Can
you mention any? What have we got
going on? I don't really want to get into
UFOs.
Well, that's still I can't go there yet. That one I'm going to wait with a few years to start talking to people about. You're saying that's so crazy.
Stay tuned. We'll have a part. We'll have a part 2 with Gerard, and we'll get all the dirt on all the UFOs. What's going on. All the conspiracy theories.
Listen, I won't go on about that stuff anymore. It's something that I still look into a little bit. Things like 9/11, COVID, this and that. But at the end of the day, it also gets a little bit depressive sometimes. And you seem like a fellow that wants to talk about the good things mainly, and I think that's a really good thing.
But I do. Yeah. But it's also realizing that it's not all unicorns and rainbows, and the thing is, we all go through hard times, and there's always, but it's like it's starting to understand, okay, how do we work through this? How do we get through this? Because it can't always be dark clouds either.
Well, what I found is every time when you start asking questions, when especially around COVID and all that, it's always a bit of a cop-out because they're like, you're a conspiracy guy. Conspiracies, No, I'm just asking questions. Something's not right here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. But, it's no harm in asking questions.
Well, did you get the jab?
No, I didn't.
No. Okay. See, it's one of my biggest regrets is that I actually had two shots, and I wish I didn't get them. Mm-hmm. And I started educating myself after the fact, but also my wife had to get 2, otherwise she would have lost a job. So I was supporting her.
I understand, and that's the thing. I can't blame people for so a lot of people didn't want to get it.
But see, I've got this saying, and I think I trust anyone and everything until I can't. and after what's just happened, I can't trust the government.
And again, if someone disagrees with us, and they believe
okay.
it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Just don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, spot on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was, I think of an enlightening moment for everyone.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in our fucking house, eating CCs, watching Netflix, binging, doing everything we fucking shouldn't be doing. And I think people started to question, what the hell is this all about? Like, what,
we're sleepwalking through life.
Yeah.
But I'm guilty of it too, just like, just as much as anyone. It's actually interesting that we're talking about COVID. I've got a friend, he's like a practitioner type healer guy,
Yeah.
It's amazing when you sort of get away from the mainstream. Not that I'm saying, sometimes you need your hospitals, you need your doctors. I'm not doubting any of that. But there's a lot that they don't know. And there is a whole underground network of people that you might not even see on YouTube all the time, because they're not really allowed. A lot of stuff is a little bit hush hush. But this friend of mine, he, when I really saw what COVID was doing to people, especially having the jab, is you don't sort of notice it just talking to people. People keep it private, but the amount of people that were coming in there after they had the jab and the health problems that they had was just fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I totally agree.
And I don't understand everything that he does, but he's helped me with a few health problems, and other people I know. Sadly enough, we tried with my mum, but sometimes it's just too little too late. But we gave it a crack. We knew it was a Hail Mary, but, but yeah, he's helped me with a few things. And when it comes to, getting this spike protein in your how it penetrates into your cells and all that, he's quite good in getting it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So if you ever feel like, but it's something that, I can say this to you. I'm no expert on it. I know that he's helped me with a lot of things and other people I know. So from experience, I trust the guy in certain things, but he's also a guy that he'll admit it when he was wrong about something. He'll experiment a little bit, this and that. He's had cancer himself.
Well, I think I looked into fasting.
Fasting
will help get the spike protein out of the system.
Okay. Cool.
There's
everyone has their own way, I guess.
Yeah. I don't feel like that was obviously an after effect of the jab. But I don't think it's been discussed enough. And I think we're like everyone's now just living their lives again. And so we just went through as a planet something so ridiculous, and it's like we've just swept it under the rug.
That's it, mate. Well, it's already been, let's not go too deep into it. But it has, they did just. This is another thing, that people were just calling me crazy when I said, well, I don't think it comes from a bat. That can't be right. It comes from that lab in Wuhan, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound all right? And now they're saying that it does come from Wuhan, but no one's apologised to me. I
think the name of the lab was named after the COVID.
Yeah, I think so. But this is the Dutchman in me coming out. I want to be right about everything, and that's another thing. Like the older I get, I try to force myself not to always. Number one, like how I'm talking about my mate, the healer, and I'm bangling it in front of you. Just because something's worked for me doesn't mean I need to try to push everyone else to do it.
I know exactly.
And always be right about everything. So I'm working on that.
But the thing is, you're aware of it, and it's like you don't want to be shoving shit down people's throats.
Exactly.
Because not everything works for everyone. It's it wouldn't be cool if we all just ate the same food, because we knew it worked. Like there's 1 in a billion people that are allergic to baby spinach. I don't know. And then you go to a nutritionist and they put you on a baby spinach diet.
That's it.
You're going to fucking blow up. It's not going to work. So you've got to work. You've got to find what works for you.
You know the way that I look at things is we don't really know fuck all, any of us. If you really admit it, you know what I mean? We don't know anything. The only way you can know anything is by actually possibly experiencing it.
Yes.
If it's an experience, then and.
I thought I knew at one stage. I knew 7% of what women were thinking. Right? I don't know why the number was 7. I just thought I know about 7%.
Yeah,
I think it's gone down to about 5. But
I think mine's. Well, you got a missus, I don't. So mine would be about 2%, I reckon, something like that.
It's always a surprise, but
I'll tell you, it does remind me though. I'll tell you one thing though. you know, for so many years, you date some girls, a couple of girlfriends, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Every single one of them, I've learnt something from.
Oh, for sure.
It could only be one little thing.
Yeah.
You know, I've learnt something. For instance, one I was dating for a while, and this is while I was, you know, dumping that Carton-a-Day every day.
Yep.
And we're having a lot of fun.
Was she the same?
No,
she drink a lot?
No,
she wasn't.
No.
Okay.
Very smart girl.
Yeah.
And what she was doing with me, I have no idea. But we did have a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
But she actually, this is the first time when I started to wake up a little bit, you know, when I'm drinking and all that. Every time I say, oh, yeah, we'll go for dinner on Thursday, or we'll do this, or we'll do that. I'm very big on keeping your word.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Keeping promises. And I didn't even realise I was doing it. But every time I'm dumping down those beers, and I'm like, oh, we'll do it next time, you know. Like, I'm just having a beer now, you know.
Yep.
And then she said to me one night, she said, hey, Gerard, you know, listen, you know, we have a lot of fun, and, you know, you're an all right bloke and all that, but you've got to stop making promises that you're not going to keep.
You don't care,
And it always stuck with me, you know.
Yeah.
There's always these little things. And on the ayahuasca, a lot of that came out.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, a lot of old girlfriends.
Yep.
And it put me in a...
At first, when she said it to you, did you go, oh, I'm not that guy? Or did you go, oh, fuck, I am that guy?
To be quite honest, I can't remember. I was still drunk.
Well, obviously you took it on board, though.
I did take it on board. Yeah. I can't remember
and
how
you changed the story.
I'd say with her, I definitely wouldn't have been in denial. I would have said, okay, no worries, because she had that Scottish temperament in her.
Oh, yeah.
And I was way too scared to, you know, to start anything, because, you know, I at the time, I didn't like confrontation very well.
Yeah.
I still don't.
But it changed the story in your head to go, okay, if I, like, because it could be an age thing, I don't know, mate, but there's two things that I've been working on is keeping my word. Yeah. If I
I'm big on it too.
Even if it's something you know fleeting, like if it's like, okay, cool, mate. Well, how about we'll catch up for a game of tennis on Saturday at 3 p.m.
That's it.
Like it could be something simple. Yeah. Right. But if you're not, if you're always balking on those things that you said, so be very careful about what you say.
Exactly. Like doing an ice bath and stuff. Like that. So glad I was broken.
It's not going to hurt.
We're still going to do it, though, because I said that I was going to do it, and I'm going to do it.
Yeah, if you're here for a couple of weeks, the ice bath will be back up and running.
Mate.
Yeah. But we'll get you in there. But the thing is with the ice bath too, mate, is it's that the brain, as we said before, like it's distracting the brain or thinking about other things, because your brain, if it starts into that cold space, you know, you start thinking, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like the cold, like your Mr. Freeze, right? You're going to make the experience so much worse for yourself. Yeah. So and then again, it's just like finding things. And now everyone's different, but I like to distract myself. If I'm in an ice bath, and I do a lot of ice baths by myself, but I'll go to a nice happy place. But things will start to light up here that I really like. Yeah. And it's sort of, it's like anything. It's that first experience. If you're lifting a weight that you've never lifted before, there's a bit of hesitation.
It's also very much so, I think I told you this earlier, like your mate that was in here, Paul Savage.
Paul Savage, yeah.
I saw a little bit of that episode. He's
good guy, Paul.
Yeah, a little bit older.
Maybe listen to this one, Paul.
Yeah, a couple of years older than me, but I can so relate to what he said. He's like, sometimes you just got to get out of your comfort zone. Yeah. You know, just do what you don't want to do, stuff like that, say yes to more things. And I was in a stage in my life where I was doing that, and somewhere I lost that. Yeah, you know, I just got too engrossed into my work, work, nothing else.
But you knew what you were doing was all comfortable. It was all, you knew there was nothing outside the ordinary.
And when he said that on your podcast, I was like, something flared up, you know, I'm like, I'm going to start doing because I used to go to 3 a.m. in the morning, I'd go to the gym. Because with my work.
That was Paul. Paul was 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's it. I used to do that for a while, and then you know, the days were getting too long at work, and I got slack and less and less. Yeah. I'd like to start doing that again. And once you get into that habit, it becomes normal. Once you're used to waking up at 2:30, being at the gym at 3 o'clock, you know, doing your work, blah, blah, blah. It becomes very
as a tradie, what time are you getting up usually?
Well, usually I like to get up at about 4 a.m., 4:30. Okay. I'm a bit of a, I've got my little rituals in the morning, you know. Yeah. I like to have a shower, and even though I don't do ice baths, I do cold showers. Cold shower, warm first and then cold. In the summer, only cold. Yeah. You know, I don't like to eat straight away, but I do need breakfast before I do a hard day's work. So, you know, so I wait a little bit, do that.
Okay. Any other rituals that you got in your daily planner, mate?
Well, I don't eat late. I never eat late.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I'm a little bit lost on the Sunshine Coast here at the moment because on the Gold Coast I got all my little eating areas.
Oh, okay. You still
I know where to go, and but now I only know there's only McDonald's and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, you go far out. Yeah.
But
you got to get the fresh produce or head into Caloundra.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I just like to get it out of the road, and more than often when I'm on the way home, that's when I do it. But it is. I know, catch-22. I mean, eat later.
Yep.
Make it at home.
Yep.
Better food.
Yeah.
Shitty food, but eat earlier on the way home. So
it's funny that's a big one for me too. Is if I don't plan my food, I eat shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's black and white.
Hey, if this is the worst of our problems, we're doing it right.
Yeah, mate. First world problems, isn't it? Yeah.
People with little kids and all that, and they're like, that guy, he's got no kids, he doesn't know. They got to go home and make everything for the kids. So in that regard, we are lucky, but I think there's good and bad things in both.
So, mate, you're trying the saunas. You're going to be trying the ice bath soon.
I will.
You're getting stuck into
gym again.
All these other modalities that are helping you become a better version of yourself. What else do you want to try, mate? What else is out there that you?
Well, that's another thing. Even realizing from looking at a few of your podcasts, that I'm 47 now, and because I've just always been such a workaholic, I don't have a whole lot of hobbies besides the gym. And there's certain yoga things that I want to do that I've been a little bit slack with. Again, something I started, but did not continue.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I would definitely big on the card is gym work, yoga.
Yep.
And then I'm just looking at people that are in their 70s and stuff like that they've never really, they sort of don't have any hobbies or anything, And I mean not to put them down or anything, but I think it's good to learn from that because we're not getting any younger, and now that I'm not chucking down a carton of piss every day, which was a lot of fun by the way. I need something different, so if you got any ideas, mate, let me know.
Surfboard. Take up surfing.
I do have a bodyboard,
Yeah, stand-up paddleboarding.
Yeah, cool. That's a good one.
Fucking stamp collecting. Playing chess.
I hope I'm not too loud for that. Yeah.
Chess is a great one. Yeah. Mate, the proudest moment in I've got a chess trophy from when I was in year 7. And I've still got it. I'm super proud of it. Because I could see the guy's move before he moved it, and then I discovered women and alcohol. So that's where it all went to shit.
Downhill for me, mate.
But I got so good at chess, I could see the 3 moves ahead of what was going on before we even did it.
Yeah,
right?
Good.
And I was good at chess.
Awesome.
And I haven't played it. Like I play it occasionally now, but it's something that I want to, because for that brain, just to keep the brain going. Yeah. So
that's like my old man too. He does a lot of crossword puzzles, a lot of reading and stuff, and that's pretty good, like you were just talking about, do you do audiobooks and this and that, and it's probably actually better to actually read books, I reckon.
Yeah.
And I did that for a while, but sort of that's another thing I want to
How are your eyes going, mate? Do you need glasses yet, or you?
Oh, mate, fuck, it's happening.
Yeah, it's happened to me.
Last couple of years, not real bad.
Yeah.
I got some render in the eye the other day, and I had to go to the eye specialist and this and that, and I read the signs, and they're like, "No, you're fine, mate." But I've got to say, just like ingredients on packets and stuff. Not like it used to be.
Mate, I've had to go back to get bloody driving glasses now. I've just got to that age, 46.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it's like, it's like, it's frustrating. Because I've always prided myself on how good my eyesight was. I could see a bloody sign from a kilometre away. And
this eating carrots thing is fucking full of shit, I've done a lot of juicing in my life, and mainly carrots, and my eyes are shit, It's just not true, is it? I don't know if you ever heard that, eat a lot
a lot of carrots. Yeah. Great for your eyesight. Turns you orange, but,
Fucking conspiracy, mate.
Gerard, mate, I appreciate your time to come in, mate.
Thank you so much for having me, mate.
How are the Thirsty Threads, mate?
They're good. They're a bit tight.
I thought we put a large on you, mate.
No, they're good. They're good.
They look like you've, mate, too much time doing squats. You've been in the gym too much,
It's like going back to the 80s, when they had those really short.
the rugby pants.
Thanks so much for having me.
Gerard, mate, I really appreciate it. Do you want to give us a last dip to send us out? And thanks so much for coming in, mate. But everyone at home, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you've got any questions for Gerard, just yell out and I'll let him know. But we'll see you for the next one.